Hi, this is Jara from New Frequency Healing. Over the last 18 years, I've had lots and lots of different experiences with my clients with healing, and I thought I would share just some of the stories with you. What we look at is that we are spirit. We are an energy. We have a physical body, so we have a biological body. And the way that true healing happens is through energy, frequency, and vibration. So we have been taught, there's a medical model where we have been taught that we take a medicine or a drug and we're healed. And that's actually not, as a spirit, how we heal. So some medicines can be very good, they can be helpful, but as a spirit, we need to change our state of consciousness, the way we're thinking, how we vibrate to heal. When we do that, our aura, our energy field is stronger and our immune system is stronger. So that's how this healing kind of can help us. Now, some of the healings can be, one of them was a 20-year-old who slept for the first time for 8 hours after saying he had insomnia all his life. Now, that might seem like a small thing for some people, but for someone who's had insomnia all his life, it is huge. And he also said that his mother had insomnia too. So he's somehow that's come from his mother, and it changed his life just from one session of reconnective healing. Some of the bigger things, I've had end of life healings. Now, one of my clients was actually a practitioner who asked me to do a healing for her mother. She was elderly and had been diagnosed with cancer. And the decision that she was going through was she going to go through the medical treatment, or was she going to just allow it to unfold in its own way? It was her decision. She was thinking about what to do. So the daughter had asked me to do a healing, and it was a distance healing. They were across the other side of Australia, both of them in different locations. So I did the healing for the mother, and afterwards I spoke to her. She said to me, I was worried about what was going to happen, but I feel good now. Now, I took it that she was concerned about what would happen in the healing, and I said, oh, that's good. And later on, I found out that she passed on soon afterwards. And I realized what she was actually saying to me was that she was worried about what decision she was going to make. And I think she made that decision, and that was what she did. But I could tell from when I spoke to her, she was feeling good. She was feeling relaxed and comfortable with what was happening. So the healing is not always that we get out of our situation or we're cured, but that we're okay with where we're going. The other thing is, no. The other thing is, I was going to say, I don't often know, like I don't diagnose or prescribe or anything. So you don't come to me telling me what's happening with you. However, afterwards, I hear the stories. So that's how come I've got some of these stories. Sometimes people phone and tell me, they send me emails, or I might run into them again, or they come for another session and I find out what's happened. I've had a lot of ladies fall pregnant, and they've been having IVF. One is Lena, and if you can search on my website, juliejara.com, for pregnant. There's a search button there, and you'll find Lena's story. I used to work with Lena, and she had given up IVF treatments. They didn't work, and she came and had a session of healing. It wasn't with me, it was someone else, but I was there. And when she came out of the session, she said, I saw myself holding my baby, my daughter, and she did get pregnant soon after that. So I've had a lot of ladies that's happened to. I guess when we do this healing, it puts you into balance, and so it allows the natural functions to do what they're supposed to be doing. I've also tested it myself, because I have been doing this healing all of the time. I play with my cat a lot, and I get scratches on my hands. I guess I tease it a bit. And what I've done is just simply worked with my hand with the frequencies and seen the actual cuts heal up. It's just amazing how I've actually seen that on myself. For my dog, one time my dog got poisoned. I didn't know at the time. I didn't realize the council had actually sprayed the weeds in the place where we go dog walking with Roundup. The dog had eaten the grass, and poor Barney came back and he was really sick. I wanted to make a dog video that day, so I did make the video even though he was very sick. Now you can search healing for animals and on my website, which is juliejara.com, and you'll see that story. You'll see a video of me working with Barney, and he was very sick. He was laying down, he was asleep. And the next day he was fine. He jumped up and asked for food. So that's how quick this can happen. Now, in retrospect, of course, if I had known he'd been poisoned, I would have gone to the vet. That's where, you know, those sort of things can really help. But at the time, I didn't know what was happening. Now, I wanted to talk also about suicide. I have got a story on my website about this, so I'll only talk about it briefly. You can search death. So my brother-in-law actually suicided last year. And at the time, I didn't know that, but he died, and he's in Lombok in Indonesia, and over there they sit with them when somebody passes on, and they read through the Mahabharata, the Hindu book, to help them to pass for 3 days. And I felt compelled, and I thought, I'm going to sit and do 3 healings over 3 days while they're doing that, just to offer help. And the first session, I started to do the healing and he showed up. So it's like in my mind, he was there and I started talking to him. Now, mind you, I didn't actually know him. Apparently, I did meet him once, but didn't even know that's who he was. So, but there he was. We started to talk, and a whole story of healing unfolded of what had happened. He told me he had suicided, and then I asked, and they said, yes, they had thought maybe that. And then he got angry and explained why, and we went through a very deep healing for both him and the family. So I think even after someone passes, that was pretty amazing for me, that could happen. I've also had somebody who was severely depressed, and they said after the session they went home and they stayed up all night and they regrouped their whole life and they forgave everyone for everything that had happened to them, and they felt really good the next day. So they're just some of the stories. I thought it might help to see sort of the, you know, how deep this healing can go, from just a little cut healing up to, you know, an end of life and a very deep healing. Have a look on my blog. I have got lots and lots of stories, but you can search for death, pregnant, and healing for animals. There are 3 that I just shared with you there that are written on my blog. And please let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help you with that. Thanks.